Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three likely scenarios about the future of TPLF. I'll have a look at these three likely scenarios. Everyone knows now that the party is seeing internal conflict. The party acknowledged the gravity of the situation in a statement 2 days ago. What will happen? How will this issue be solved? Will it lead to serious split? Will some heads roll? What is going to be the role of federal government, role of Tigray's military? I try to analyze this situation, and I think there are three likely scenarios, one of which could unfold in coming days. So let's start, viewers. Firstly, I told you in some previous videos this week that largely you can say the party is split in two groups. One is led by senior TPLF leaders like Mr. Gabriel Mikhail, Mongerino, LM Gabriel Wahid. This group is bigger, I think stronger too, more experienced. Second group is Getachew led group. Getachew is Tigray interim president. He has support of some executive committee, central committee members, but this group does not have very extensive grassroots level TPLF cadre support, I believe. So the LM led group, I think, is stronger internally. Both are accusing each other. The meeting held for more than 10 days was held to analyze the performance of TPLF leadership during war. And the leaders accused each other. Serious allegations. They just resorted to personal attacks against each other. And then we saw that Getachew and others, they did not attend the last few days of the meeting. And after that, TPLF issued a statement saying that the challenge it is facing internally, it never faced in the last 30 years, 50 years rather, acknowledging the gravity of the problem. Now, three likely scenarios. First scenario is that LM Debretsion Mongerino led group prevails. That that party's conference is held, and it gains support of majority of conference participants, and after that it decides to bring about change internally and in Tigray. Internally means that it would make changes to central committee, executive committee. Dissidents like Getachew others could be fired. Externally means in Tigray, this party then will try to take over Tigray interim government. This is first scenario. But in this case, if it happens, let's have a look at scenario number 2. Then we'll have a look at the consequences of scenario 1 and 2. Scenario number 2 is that Getachew led group prevails. I think it's not very likely. Internally, in TPLF, it's difficult for Getachew led group to prevail, to be in a position to make big decisions. But let's see, I don't know. So, second scenario is that Getachew led group prevails, all guards are fired or they are sidelined, and TPLF elects new leadership to lead the party. This is second scenario. Before looking at the third scenario, let's analyze the first two scenarios. In case LM-led group prevails and it decides to fire Getachew from executive committee and it tries to dismantle Tigray interim government, there will be a blowback to definitely. Getachew won't go, he won't leave, he won't quit as the interim president. Federal government will take sides, it will support Getachew administration. Getachew is close to PM Abiy. If TPLF is unable to remove Getachew and federal government intervenes in support of Getachew, what will happen? Well, then TPLF look to find other allies. Fano-Eritrea. I'm talking about just possibilities. I'm not saying it will happen, it's going to happen, it's happening. No. I am talking about possibilities. If federal government tries to corner TPLF, I think we're seeing signs of it. I had a video on that last time. I told you that the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, his government is sending some strong messages to TPLF, warning TPLF against taking any measures against Getachew government. We could see criticism of TPLF by the federal institutions, federal government-backed activists in coming days, I think. So, if TPLF is pushed against the wall by federal government, by Getachew, it will try to find allies. Will it strike a deal with Fano to fight against Abiy or Eritrea to fight against Abiy? That remains to be seen, one of the possibilities. And similarly, in the second scenario, if Getachew group prevails and it takes over the party too, the party's old guards could try to find allies. Will they sit idle if they're fired? Or will they try to create conflicts internally in Tigray, externally too? Will they try to find allies out of Tigray, out of Ethiopia to weaken Getachew group, to weaken federal government? These are likely scenarios. If scenario number 1 or 2 are implemented, it could happen. If Getachew is fired, somehow TPLF is able to take over the government to party as well. Getachew is fired. Will Getachew try to find allies? I don't think so. Getachew, maybe this group is not very strong, not in a position maybe to find allies internally, externally. Third possible scenario is that middle ground is found somehow. And to find a middle ground, 2 players could play a key role: Tigray's military and federal government. Federal government can put pressure upon TPLF. The TPLF should not take matters to a level from where no return is possible. Military could make a move as well to just tell the 2 parties they should not cross red lines, and somehow the parties agree with some changes and they agree and continue the work. This is third scenario. It's very possible too, I think. It's not that the matters have reached point of no return, though differences are grave, serious disputes, but still I believe since their interests are aligned, they know if they split, they'll be weak. They just managed to get out of a war of around 2 years ago. If they start fighting among themselves, obviously they will weaken themselves. So their interests are aligned. Maybe they'll be able to find a common ground and Tigray military, federal government could play the role of mediators. There are three likely scenarios, but we'll have to see what happens. I think coming day is crucial. I think that the people of Tigray deserve leaders who are focused on restoration of services, rehabilitation of people, and resumption of economic activity in Tigray. People of Tigray need that. So these personal disputes must be solved as soon as early as possible. Thank you for watching.